Sir, okay na po, sir.
Okay, so hello, good afternoon. This afternoon, I will be the one in charge in our class. Our main topic will be all about permutation. So this will be our main topic for this afternoon. This afternoon, I will be the one in charge in our class. Our main topic will be so at the end of this module, you are expected to simplify the expressions involving factorial notations. At the same time, you have also to derive and apply the formula for finding the considered as our, what will be the missing in our given problem afterward by the use of the formula in our permutation. Okay, so notation. So in our factorial notation, we have it is given by the equation in the form of n factorial. This can be read class as our n factorial is equal to n quantity n minus 1, okay, at the same time quantity n minus 2, or for example, we can use to represent n with our number 3 of our parentheses, where and that is n minus 1, that will become 3 minus 1, and that will become 2. Then if n will be 3 and it's subtracted by 2, it will become 1. So ibig sabihin, we can use, we have that will be you have to start, for example, by 3 to 1. For example, our n will be considered as a number 5. Therefore, you have to use 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then the operation that we have to use only is multiplication. Okay. So tandaan yung symbol ng factorial notation natin. Now, let us apply in our example. Now, for example, our given is what is 5 factorial. Now, here in our 5 factorial, if you have to simplify, we can write that in the form of, so po pwede nyong susulatin yan, 5 factorial. We can expand that in the form of, you want to start with a number 5, followed by 4, 3, 2, and 1. It's very simple. Okay. So then what you'll do is you have to get the product. Now kindly try to multiply, and then so answer will be equal to 120. So that is the answer of Carla, France. Yon ang nakukuha nila, and that will become a 120. Okay, so ang concern iba ay hindi nalipat yung PowerPoint. Okay. So wait first now. So maybe I will stop and then I will share it again. Okay. Then kindly give me a feedback kung ito ay nakikita na. Okay, so thank you, RFI. Now, so answer of your classmate here will be equal to 120. So just only multiply, 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. That is what is meant by this symbol, represent for our factorial notation. Okay. Now next, how about if the given will be 4 factorial divided by our 3 factorial. Now, if you have to simplify, you can start here with our 4 factorial. So you have to indicate now 4 factorial divided by our 3 factorial. So what you'll do, in our numerator, you can use 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then in the denominator, you can use 3. You have to start with the number 3, 2, and 1. Then what will be the common number? What you do is you have to cancel. Okay? So cancel natin yung 3, 2, at the same time yung ating 1. So ang nakikita nyo dyan, ang natitira na lang will be equal now to what number? So ang nakukuha nyo dito is equal to 4. Okay, very good. That is correct. So answer natin will become 4. Ayan siya. Or, okay, tandaan nyo guys, no, ang technique din dyan, no? What you'll do, you can use, for example, 4 factorial. You can start with 4 factorial or represent now for 4 times. Since the denominator is 3 factorial, you can stop with a number 3, indicate our factorial, then 3 factorial in the denominator, then you can cancel. So ang natitira na lang din dyan is also equal to 4. So that will be the concept on how to divide our factorial notation. Okay, so magkakaiba yan guys, ha? Especially kapag given is a whole number compared to our factorial notation. Okay, nakukuha po? Naintindihan po ba yung nasa letter A and letter B natin? Okay, now next, for our number or letter C. Okay, so thank you doon sa mga thumbs up. Now, we have here our given, what is 6 factorial divided, okay? Wherein that is 5 factorial at the same time 2 factorial in the denominator. Okay, so yon ang nasa denominator natin. Now, if you have to solve that letter C, okay, you have to use now, okay, dito sa letter C natin, 6 factorial will be in the numerator, while the denominator will be 5 factorial at the same time 2 factorial. Sige nga, try to solve and then give me what will be your possible answer in the given problem. What will be our 6 factorial divided by 5 factorial times at the same time 2 factorial in the denominator. Anyone in our group, what will be your possible answer para makita ko lang kung ano yung nakukuha niyong sagot. So merong nag-try, answer nila will be 6. Merong din nag-indicate na 3. Okay? Yon ang mga nakuha nilang sagot. Now, okay. So dito nakita ko majority 3 ang nailagay nilang sagot nila doon sa ating chat box. Okay? O check natin. Tingnan natin kung sino ang nakakuha ng tamang sagot. Is it 6 or is it equal to 3? Now, dito ngayon, no? So yung 6 factorial natin, we can write here 6 factorial or that we can expand now, di ba? 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, di ba tinuro ko sa inyo yung technique kanina? Since we have now 6 at the same time in the denominator, we have already 5 factorial. Therefore, what you'll do, there is common wherein that is, there is also 5 factorial in the denominator. So, you know, nakita nyo, nag-stop ako doon sa 5, hindi ko na-expand, okay, until doon sa 1, okay, because we have to cancel. Then, ang natitira sa baba is 2 factorial. Then, you have to expand 2 factorial, wherein that is 2 times 1. Okay? Para hindi na dadami yung numbers na indicate mo, especially if that is a large number. Then in the numerator now, that will become 6, then divided now 2 times 1 in the denominator, that will become 2. Then if you have to simplify, answer will become 3. So to those who give the answer wherein that is equal to 3, that will be served as our final answer already. Nakukuha po ba? Naintindihan yung concept natin? If you want to expand yung number 6 natin, no problem. Okay? Po pwede nyo rin yon i-expand. Okay? Then, at the same time, yung natitira, yun na lang din ang isi-simplify natin. Then, what you'll do, operate the indicated operation. So, either that will be only in multiplication or that will be under with division kasi may operation tayo dito na division din. Okay? Naintindihan po yung nasa letter C? Ayan. Next. Let us focus now with our permutation. So, because that is very useful here, yung ating on how to evaluate our factorial notation kanina dito sa ating permutation. So, permutations, it is an arrangement of all part of a set of objects in a definite order natin. So this will be what is meant by our permutation. So makikita ito mamaya, what will be our formula, at the same time, what is the connection of what we did in the previous exercises natin on how to evaluate our factorial notation here in our permutation. So tandaan na, it is an arrangement of all part of a set of objects in a definite order. Now, at the same time, the number of permutations of n things taken r at a time is equal to, this will be served as our formula, okay, in our permutation. So n taken r at a time is equal to, the numerator will be served as our n factorial divided by our n minus r factorial. So ito yung magiging formula na gagamitin natin. Okay? So n taken r at a time. Okay? So numerator nyo will be represent for n factorial, while the denominator will be n minus r, then that will be factorial. Okay? Next is, ayan. At the same time, the number of permutations of n distinct things is n factorial. Ito guys, no? Tingnan niyo yung pagkaiba ng dalawa. So dito ngayon, that will be now for n taken n at a time. Kumbaga guys, no, yung arrangement mo, what will be represent for your n, okay, yung pag-arrange mo, ganun din, lahat din ay the same number ang ginagalaw mo for your arrangement. Okay, so yung bilang din the same. So n taken n at a time is equal now to our n factorial. Okay, so if you want, no, you can use yung previous formula. At the same time, ito, no, you come up with the same answer, parehas na naman ang lalabas doon. Okay? Then, okay, apply natin para makita ninyo sa ating bawat problem afterward. Now, dito, nakikita nyo is what is our 3 taken 3 at a time. Okay? Ito, kapag inoperate yan natin, what will be our answer kapag ito inoperate natin, yung given problem na yan. Yan. By the use of your formula. Okay? So, anong formula ang gagamitin natin kapag ganito? So, di ba dalawang formula ang binigay kanina dito? Nakita natin that our n and then our r will be the same. Di ba? Meron tayo ditong n taken r at a time. So, di ba ang formula nyo kanina is n factorial divided by our n minus r at the same time factorial. Now, since our n represent for 3, okay, ibig sabihin ito yung 3 taken our 3 at a time. Okay? So, ilan kaya? Okay? What will be our answer in that given representation? So, our n represent for 3. So, indicate mo 3 factorial divided by our n represent also by 3 at the same time minus by our r, wherein that is also equal to 3. But there is a factorial outside. Ayan yung factorial natin. Now, if you have to operate now, okay, in the numerator, that will become 3 factorial. While in the denominator natin, that will become 0 is the difference of 3 minus 3 at the same time factorial. Be reminded, ito tatandaan nyo guys, wherein our 0 factorial will be always equal to 1. Okay, tandaan natin ito, kapag naka-encounter kayo ng 0 factorial, okay, based in our factorial notation, our answer for that will be always equal to 1. Yan ang value kapag naka-encounter kayo ng 0 factorial. So yun ang ipapalit natin. Then if you have to simplify now, yung 3 factorial natin, you can indicate 3 to 1. Okay? You can expand. The same as what we did in the previous exercises on how to evaluate our factorial notation, while the denominator is only 1, wherein that is the value of our 0 factorial natin. Now, therefore, if you have to simplify now, no? If you have to operate dedicated operation, so by using our multiplication, our numerator will become the product is equal to 6 divided by 1, or if you want, you can cancel 1, then you have to multiply 3 and 2, wherein the final answer is equal to 6 will be served as your final answer if you're given with 3 taken 3 at a time. Nakita nyo kanina, di ba, binigyan kayo ng n taken n at a time. Di ba yung the same number yung nandito natin, yung n at saka r, wherein you have to use only as n factorial. So yung n factorial natin, since n will be represent for 3, ang gagawin mo na lang is 3, 2, and 1 because the same naman ito. No? Yung n at saka yung r natin will be the same. So 3, 2, 1, wherein the answer will be also equal to 6. Parehas lang din ang lalabas na sagot dyan. Okay, thank you guys doon sa mga nag-input ng mga sagot nila wherein nakuha nila yung answer wherein that is equal to 6. Okay, next. Let us continue now. Okay. Our next given in our example number 2. Okay, so kindly try and then operate indicated operation. No, what will be the value of our 8 taken 5 at a time? Ayan, so our given is 8 taken 5 at a time. So merong nag-input ng sagot nila, merong nag-indicate doon na 6,720, meron naman na 336. Okay, tingnan natin, how about others? Okay, so ayan, meron din nagdagdag. Okay, so common na ang binigay nila doon is 6,720. Ayan. Okay, thank you doon sa mga nag-share, no? So iba't ibang section, no? From Magis, Aphesis, doon sa group, doon sa chat natin, no? Sa chat box. Okay? So we have to operate now. Tingnan natin. Okay? So kung yun talaga ang lalabas. Dito ngayon, based doon sa formula nyo, so our n represent for 8. So 8 will be served as the numerator, indicate our factorial, while the denominator is the difference, no? That is now 8 minus 5 factorial. Now, if you know already the concept, pwede nyo nang i-direct, no? So para mapaikli na ninyo, you can indicate immediately what will be the difference. Okay? Ibig sabihin, you come up now with 8 factorial, while the denominator, the difference is 3 factorial. Then, what you do, you have to expand now. Ito starting from a number 8, decreasing until 1, no? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Since the denominator is 3 factorial, pwede na kayo mag-stop dyan, no? Huwag nyo nang pala pabutin doon sa 1. You can indicate 3 factorial, then align 3 factorial in the denominator, then cancel. So, ibig sabihin, you have only to get the product from number 8 until number 4. So, 8, 7, 6, 5, and 4. So, you can double check, no? Especially sa mga gadget niyo, yung mga ginagamit niyo sa pag-multiply dyan. O, kung wala man, you can use your manual computation, no? So ang sagot doon kanina, no, majority, no, ang inilagay nila is 6,720. Okay, so yun ang indicate natin dito, no? So final answer is 6,720 will be served as our final answer in our letter B. Okay po ba? Naintindihan po ba? If you have any questions or clarifications on how to operate this permutation, and that is n taken r at a time, wherein our n represent for 8, ibig sabihin 8 taken 5 at a time. Naintindihan po? Okay, thank you sa mga nag-thumbs up. Okay, now, okay, Stacy yun, ano? Now, next, example number 3 natin. Okay, so tingnan natin dito sa example number 3. Based on the given problem, 10 cyclists participated in a regional race for a cause. Letter A. In how many ways can the participant rank from 1st to 10th place after the competition? Okay? So ano kaya ang magiging kasagutan natin dito sa problem na ito? Okay? Now, ngayon, ang gagawin lang natin dyan, analyze first what will be represent for your N, anong gagamitin natin sa N, at the same time, what will be our R also. So dito nag-input si Franz na ang gagamitin daw is 10 factorial. At the same time, si Cyrus nag-indicate ng N represent for 10 and R will be represent for 10. So the same also with Carla. At the same time, ayun, no? So nakita ko sila, Sir V. Okay? Ayan, doon sa mga nag-input na ng pinaka, simplify na nila. Okay? Or dinirect nila, no? Yung kay 10 factorial, no? So, kay Franz yata ito, wherein ang sagot niya dito is represent for 3,628,800. Yon ang in-indicate niya sa answer niya dito. Okay, the same din doon sa iba, no? Sige, check natin. Okay, thank you guys sa pag-share ng mga sagot. At the same time, the most important here is you know what will be the value of your N, at the same time what will be the value of your R in that given problem. Okay, so based on the given problem natin, we have our N. Okay, kuhanin mo natin ang N natin represent now for 10. Okay, at the same time our R will be also in how many ways can the participant rank from 1st to 10th place. Ibig sabihin 10 din. That will be also 10. So therefore, 10 cyclists participated in a regional race. Therefore, N represent for 10 taken 10 at a time. So that will be represent for, ang ginamit ng kaklase nyo kagad, yung nasa, if the value of your N and R will be the same, so ang ginamit nyo kagad is 10 factorial, no? Or if you want now, no, kung pwede din i-direct yung nasa 10 factorial, or if you want, you can use yung formula natin kanina din, 10 taken 10 at a time, wherein that is also 10 factorial divided now by 10 minus 10, then factorial also. Then you have to expand na lang ito, no? So ibig sabihin, you have to start from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You have to get the product 1 at a time, no? So kaya nyo na yan, no? May katuwang naman kayo niyan, no? If you have your calculator, mabilis naman yan, no? So kung wala, di magmamanual ka, kaso lang sayang yung oras, no? So ito naman is 10 factorial divided by 0 factorial in the denominator, wherein the 0 factorial natin is equal to 1. So 1 yung nasa baba natin. Then simplify nyo na lang yung 10 factorial. And your final answer, ang binigay na kaklase nyo kanina doon is okay, that is 3 million, ano? 628,000. At the same time, that will be 800. Gets na po ba ito? Nakuha nyo po? Doon sa mga nakakuha kanina, that will be served as our correct answer. Okay. Ayan, nakita ko ang nagkapag-thumbs up dito, sila Stacy. Okay, Shaila also. Okay. Ayan. Then at the same time, sila Marinel. Okay. Now, okay, so kung walang concern na dyan, okay, we have to proceed now for the next. Okay, next natin will be now the same problem, but our question here, our guide question here is, if only the top 3 finalists can move to the national cyclist finals, in how many different ways can the first, second, and third rank be awarded? Okay? So kapag yun ang nagiging problem doon sa given scenario natin, ano kaya ang magiging representation ng N at saka ng R natin? So mayroong nag-indicate ng, okay, sila Sir V, nag-indicate na rin sila ng sagot nila, sila Carla. Then si Jiel, nag-indicate siya ng N and then R niya, represent for 10 and 3. Then at the same time, meron din nag-indicate doon, we have also, okay, ito. Ayan, 720 daw yung final answer. Okay. So, supported also by Zyla. Okay. Tingnan natin. We have to finalize what will be our final answer in that given problem. So, indicate natin dito will be our n represent for 10 also. Ibig sabihin that is 10 taken. So, ilan lang ang kailangan natin? First to third rank lang. No? So, ibig sabihin tatlo lang. So, 10 taken 3 at a time. Out of 10 cyclists natin, so first, second, third lang ang kailangan. So, in how many ways, no? So, yon ang kailangan natin dito. Ibig sabihin, that will be now for 10 factorial divided by 10 minus 3 factorial. Yan ang representation based in our formula. Then what we'll do is we have to simplify now. Itong nasa 10 factorial in the numerator, you can copy first. No? So para makita nila, then 10 minus 3 is equal to 7. Ayan, 7 factorial. Then you have to expand now. Itong 10 factorial natin starting from a number 10 followed by 9, 8, then followed by 7. But since there is 7 factorial in the denominator, indicate 7 factorial there, then the same also 7 factorial in the denominator, then cancel. Ibig sabihin, ang i-multiply na lang natin is 10, 9, and 8. And therefore, our answer will be equal to 720. 9 times 8 is 72 times 10. Dagdagan mo na lang 0. Okay, para makuha natin yung pinaka-final answer. Ayun, nakukuha nyo. Okay, very good guys. No? Ang gagaling ng grade 10 ngayon. No? So, nandito yung mga alagad ko rin. Nasa Shalom. Okay, thank you. Jan Hari, at least nandyan ka. No? So, ayun. Hindi ko na ulitin to. No? Bukas. Okay? So, bukas, new lesson tayo bukas. Ha? So, ganun din sa mga Magis at the same time doon sa ibang group. No? Aphesis din. Okay? So, sana may nakukuha yung lessons natin this afternoon. Okay? Now, cleared po ba tayo sa example number 3? Okay, so thank you. Ayan, oh. Ayan. So next, example number 4. Now, how about if find how many 4-digit numbers can be made with the digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 if no digit is repeated in a number. So, yun ang nasa scenario doon sa given problem natin. Dyan sa problem na yan. No? So, mayroong naka-indicate dito. Si Franz, nag-indicate na rin ng si Josel, answer na yung nilagay niya. Then, merong nag-indicate na N is 8 and then R is 4. Merong nagbago, merong 9 represent for N and R is 4. Okay? Nalala niyo ba yung nasa fundamental principles of counting ninyo? Doon sa last week na discussion. Okay? So, di ba gumagawa pa kayo ng maguhit, no? So, ngayon, how about if we are referring now for permutation? So, ano kaya magiging N? At the same time, what will be our R? No? So, yun ang pagkakaiba nila dito. So, our N, bilangin nyo, ilang digit ba ang meron tayo dyan, no? So, yun ang gagamitin natin. Sila, Jel, Christian, si Cherise, nag-indicate din, nagsagot nila, the same. No? Doon din sa na kanina, sa Aphesis, meron din nag-input dyan. Okay? Now, we have to indicate now here, our N represent for, okay, so from 1 to 9, ibig sabihin 9 din yan, no? We represent for our N. So, N is equal to 9. Then, our R will be, so, you're asked there to find how many 4-digit numbers can be made. Ibig sabihin, our R will be represent for 4. And therefore, you can indicate now as 9 taken 4 at a time. So, in every arrangement of that, using that digit from 1 to 9, okay, you have to use 4 digits. Yon ang gagamitin natin. So therefore, okay, we have to operate now. We have to simplify. Tama yung naka-indicate ni Cyrus doon, yung representation niya, wherein our N represent now for 9 will be served as our numerator. So 9 factorial divided by the difference, 9 minus 4, and then factorial. And therefore, meron tayong 9 factorial in the numerator, while in the denominator, the difference is 5 factorial. Then, ayun na lang, no? So, expand yung 9 factorial natin. no? Wherein that will be, yes, Regina? Okay, yun, nag-input lang siya ng sagot niya. Okay, thank you, Regina. No? So, and then Benedict, nandiyan din yung sagot nila. Okay, we're in 3,024 din. No? Parang yun ang nakita kong common doon sa mga nakakapag-input kanina. No? Ilan lang ang nag-iba. Okay, so yung 9 factorial natin, no? So ito yung step-by-step process natin. So 9 times 8, 7, 6. O ngayon yung 5 factorial nyo, dahil may 5 factorial in the denominator, ayan yung 5 factorial, nandito yung 5 factorial, ayan, cancel. Ibig sabihin, you have only to multiply a number starting from 9 until doon sa 6 natin. 9, 8, 7, and 6. So anong nakukuha yung sagot dyan? Ang common na binigay nyo sa akin is 3,024. 3,024 will be served as your final answer. So yan ang input natin that will be served as your final answer. Gets po ba? Naintindihan yung nasa problem number 4 natin? Okay po? Ayan. Ay, ayan. So thank you din, Angel. Then nandun na sa kay Charis. Now, let us focus now with the next one. Let us continue. Tingnan natin. In our example, in our problem number 5. Ayan. So tingnan nyo, yun nasa problem number 5 natin. A cell phone keypad has 10 different digits. If the cell phone's lock code consists of 6 different digits, how many possible keypad lock codes that can there be? No? So possible keypad lock codes can there be? No? So yun ang tatanong sa atin. Okay? Ano kaya ang magiging representation ng N and R? Si Carla nag-input, tapos si Franz answer na kaagad ang indicate niya. No? Si Cyrus naglagay din. Okay? The same doon sa kay Carla kanina. Tama po ba? Kay Carla yon. No? Then, tingnan natin kung may pagkakaiba. So, kay Jel, the same. Okay? So, balikan natin yung, yung binigay na kaklase niyo doon na representation of our, based in our variable N and then R, wherein we have to use N is 10 and R will be 6. Okay? So, yun ang ilalagay natin. So, ito yung N will be, so direct na natin that will be 10 taken 6 at a time. Okay? So, yan ang representation. So, ibig sabihin, that is now for 10 factorial divided by the difference. No? So, 10 minus 6 and then factorial. So, 10 factorial in the numerator while the denominator is for factorial na lang because you have to get the difference of 10 and 6. Therefore, that is now for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, and 5. Yung 4 factorial natin, pwede na kayo mag-stop dyan. Huwag nyo nang pabutin dun sa 1 because there is also 4 factorial in the denominator then cancel. Then you have to multiply 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, and 5. Ang nakuha ng kaklase nyo, balikan ko lang, ang final answer nila is 151,200. Ayan, majority. Lahat, yun ang nakuha nila. O yung nag-input doon sa natin. Ayan, the same lahat, 151,200. Okay, very good guys, that is correct. So, final answer natin, 151,200. Okay? Nakukuha po, naintindihan po ba natin yung nasa problem number 5 natin? It's, ayan. So, diba, ang dali lang, no? Dali lang ng topic natin this afternoon. Okay? So, next. We have here our circular permutations. Okay? How about if we are referring for our circular permutations? So dito guys, no, the arrangement of n objects in a circular pattern is given by the formula. Okay? Ito kapag nasa circular permutation tayo. Okay? Formula natin will be permutation is equal to n minus 1 factorial. This will be served as our formula, especially if we are referring for our circular permutation. The best example, no, yung mga nasa nakaupo kayo sa round table, okay? So tapos if you want to determine how many arrangement, no, ang magagawa ninyo, okay, based doon sa pagkakaupo ninyo, then that will be serve as our formula na pwede nating gagamitin, no? So n minus 1 factorial. Example. Ito. Based on that given problem. Analyze nyo doon sa scenario natin kanina. Okay. We are now in our example number 6. Ayan. In how many ways can 5 persons be seated around a circular table? Doon sa problem na yan. Okay. Ano kaya maging kasagutan natin dyan sa problem by the use of our formula about circular permutation natin? So in that given scenario natin, what will be our n? Our n will be equal to 5. But since based in our representation, our n that is we are referring for a circular table. Ibig sabihin, we have to use here our circular permutation formula. Okay? So doon sa ating circular permutation formula, that will be represent now for, ang gagamitin natin na formula is n minus 1 factorial. Okay? Yun ang gagamitin natin. And therefore, since our n represent for 5, okay? Ang n natin is 5, therefore 5 minus 1 at the same time factorial. And what will be our answer kaya dyan, no? So kindly operate the indicated operation in that given problem. Okay, tingnan natin kung ano yung makukuha ninyo kasagutan dyan sa problem na iyan. Okay. So ito ay magkakaroon ka ng yung 5 minus 1 natin, no? So ito ay magkakaroon ka ng 4 factorial na lang. Then ito na lang i-operate nyo, no? Yung 4, 3, 2, and 1. Ayan, merong 23, 25 na nag-input doon sa sagot nila. Si Angelica, nag-input na rin. Kay Stella. Okay, tingnan ko lang kung may pagbabago sa binigay ninyong sagot. The same din doon sa mga binigay na kaklase nyo from Aphesis also. Okay, at the same time, ganun din ang sagot nila. Ayan, no? So, yeah. Ano kila Jel, Giselle, ganun din ang sagot nila. Charis. No? Yun. Okay, so answer nyo dyan is equal now to 24. No? Just only multiply. No? 4 times 3 is 12, times 2, 24 times 1, 24 pa rin siya. Ayan. That will be served as our final answer in our problem number 5 natin. Okay? Next. Gets po ba natin? Okay na po tayo dito sa problem number 6. So kung walang problem, sige guys, kindly try this given problem. Analyze the given problem. Kindly focus doon din sa definition natin. Some more possible answer. Wala pang nakakuha ng tamang sagot. Nakafocus kayo doon sa problem number 6 kanina. The same answer ang ginamit nyo. Ano kaya ang nangyari? Bakit kaya ay magkaib? Hindi sila nagkaparehas doon sa previous example. Doon sa circular table natin. Tumaas. Kay Carla, nag-bumaba. Regina, nag-25. Okay. Balikan niyo yung nasa problem number 6. Yung problem number 6 natin is all about 25 ways yung kay Jel. Okay. This is all about doon sa circular table, no? Wherein that you have to use only n minus 1. Okay? But if you are referring for an object, okay, na inilagay mo rin sa isang object din, okay? If you have noticed, guys, that you can rotate either clockwise or counterclockwise. Imagine niyo nga, meron kayong bracelet for example, no? 'Di ba po pwede siya mag-rotate na counter or clockwise rotation. This is only for we are referring for an object, So, what you'll do there, okay, ang pagkakaiba lang nila doon sa previous is what you'll do, your answer, 'di ba 24 na yung sagot niya doon? Okay, I divide nyo lang sa 2 parts because we have an option that you can rotate. That will be either that is in clockwise or counterclockwise. Yun lang, because we are referring for an object. Yung 28, i-divide niya. Yung 24 ba yun? Ayun, naglagay na si kanina ba ito? Yung naglagay ng 12. Basta tala niyo yun, we're referring only for an object, guys. Yun ang pagkakaiba nila. But the rest, no, you have to use our n minus 1 factorial related doon sa ating problem number 5 kanina. Yun lang ang pagkakaiba nila. Okay? So, dito sa representation natin, you have only to use here as our 5 factorial. Okay? Tama naman yung process niya. Ang hindi nyo naisip that we are referring for an object here. No? And that will be, you have to indicate now as our 5, di ba? 5 minus 1 factorial kayo. Okay? Because 5 ways. No? That will be now, ito yung ginamit natin kanina. Kaya ang nakuha nyo dito is represent now. Ang gagawin nyo lang, all over to nyo lang because we can rotate either that will be in clockwise or counterclockwise rotation. No? So you can represent that you have only to divide that by 2. So yung 24 nyo kanina, no, divide nyo na lang yon by 2. Kaya ang nakuha nyo is 12. So yung 4 factorial natin, okay, wherein that is now for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Tandaan nyo yung 2 na ito is a whole number, not factorial. Baka mamaya yung 2 na nandun, no, ang ginawa nyo doon sa, baka mamaya ang ginawa nyo, kinancel nyo immediately, baka magkakaroon ng difference, especially if that is a large number. Okay, kasi magkaiba yung ibig sabihin ng ating whole number sa ating factorial notation. No? In our factorial notation, what you'll do is you have to expand, okay, while in our whole number, okay, at is, no, kung ano yung given na yun, that will be served only as your answer. So yun lang ang gagawin po natin. No? So dahil dito naman, okay, walang permutation symbol, yes, no, hindi po ika-cancel kasi po walang permutation symbol. Okay, so because that we are referring for a whole number, no? So since ito, dahil na-expand yun na, nagiging whole number na yon dahil na-expand yun na, then that is the time that you can cancel already. Okay? So, pwede nyo nang i-cancel. Kaya, ang sagot nyo rin doon will be equal to 12. Kasi baka mamaya magkakaiba yung interpretation ng whole number at the same time ng ating factorial notation natin. Okay? So, wag mawala sa concept ng mga formulas na binigay sa inyo, especially in our permutation na yung n taken r at a time. Okay? At the same time, in our circular permutations, that is only very simple. That is only n minus 1. Okay? But if you are referring for an object, no, be reminded that you have to focus in just only divide by 2. Yun lang idadagdag natin. Then, at the same time, ito naman yung nasa permutations with repetition natin. Okay? How about if you're asked there, okay, about permutations notation, permutation with repetition. So the number of permutations in which R1 are alike, R2 are alike, or we have here R3 are alike. Ibig sabihin nito, mayroong mga repetitions, no? Either that is a variable, okay, based in the given problem. So ito ang gagamitin nating formula. That is n factorial divided by R. Ito, R sub 1, no? Pwedeng gamitin gano'n. No? That is only representation kung ano yung magkakaparehas. Okay? So, R1 factorial, R2 factorial, or R3 factorial natin, then, and continuous. It depends kung ilan ang nagkaroon ng repetition natin dito. So, we have to focus. Yung sa denominator, represent for R. Okay, yung n natin represent doon sa numerator natin. Okay. You can replace. Kasi ito lang naman yung nasa denominator natin ay yung bilang ng kung ilan yung magkakaparehas. For example, especially for our variables afterward. No? Ito para makita nyo, maintindihan nyo kung paano siya gagamitin. Okay. Let us apply in the given problem. We have here. Ayan. How many different permutation can be made from the letters of the word? Ayan. Mississippi. Yan ang nasa given problem natin. So first step na gagawin nyo is you have to count how many letters are there in all. That will be the first step na gagawin natin. Okay? So then after that, what you do is you have to determine yung mga letters with the same, no? Yung the same letter natin, bilangin nyo kung ilan din yun yung magkakaparehas. So dahil yun ang ilalagay natin doon sa ating denominator. Okay? O sige nga, try ninyo. Tingnan ko kung ilang letters ang dyan sa word na binigay na yan, ilang lahat. Yun ang mag-represent as your n. Yun ang ilalagay natin sa numerator. So that will be for 11 letters lahat, no? So thank you dun sa nagsagot, no? So binilang na, no? So matyaga sa pagbibilang. Okay, kailangan ingat kayo, ha. Wag baka mamaya kukulangin, no? Mahirap pag kumulang kahit na isa lang ay magkakamali na tayo. So dapat ang bilang ay tama. So that will be our n now will be represent for 11. So 11 factorial will be served as your numerator. Ngayon, yung sa denominator natin na gagamitin nyo is, ano ba ang nagkakaparehas dyan? So, meron tayong represent for, kung gusto nyo, yung n factorial nyo or yung n nyo, pwede nyo indicate na n is equal to 11. Tapos yung r sub 1 nyo, for example, yung unang nagkaparehas dyan, ilan? So, represent for letter, for example, that is letter I, no? For example, ilan yung letter na indicate nyo na ba? Merong nag-indicate dito sa chat box natin, 4 factorial, at saka 2 factorial. So, ibig sabihin, kung yung r sub 1 natin represent for I, so doon sa I natin, okay, iano ko na lang to, no? Palitan ko na lang para mas. So, yung sa I natin, meron tayong 4, letter S, we have also 4, and letter P, we have 2. So, ibig sabihin, ito yung magkakamukha, no? Na letra doon sa word na yon. So, ngayon, yon ang indicate natin sa denominator natin, no? So, ayun, mayroong nagtiyaga na nag-input doon sa chat box natin. Okay, represent for 1, 4, 4, 2, and 1. So, yung mga 1, kahit hindi nyo ilalagay because the value of that is already equal to 1. No problem. At least, ayan, no, masipag, no, si Cyrus. So, indicate natin ngayon dito, 11 factorial, while the denominator will be 4 factorial, another 4 factorial, and 2 factorial. Kahit na magkabaliktad yan, walang problem. Okay? Basta nandyan ay yan ang makikita nyo doon sa ating denominator. Okay? Now, ngayon, ang tanong dyan is, okay, isi-simplify natin ngayon yan. Okay? Doon sa ating numerator, no? Ibig sabihin, we have now yung 11 natin. So, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Pwede kang mag-stop dito sa 4 factorial, tapos pantayan mo ng isang 4 factorial. Para ang natitirang isang 4 factorial, yun ang i-expand natin at saka yung 2 factorial. Nasusundan po ba ako? Give me reaction kung ito ay nasusundan yung process natin. Kung nakukuha po. Yung isang 4 factorial, pinantay ko na. Ngayon, yung isang 4 factorial na titira, ang gagawin natin ngayon is we have to expand. Okay? So, i-expand natin. Ibig sabihin, magkakaroon tayo dito ng 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, we have also our 2 factorial na isa nakikita doon. So, that is also 2 times 1. Yung isang 4 factorial, pinantay na natin doon. Then, so, yung iba sa inyo, ang ginawa na, no? Nag-multiply na sila, nag-input na sila doon sa ating chat box, yung kanilang mga sagot. Okay, ngayon, tingnan natin kung sino ang maingat, no? Sa pagmo-multiply, no? So, kung ano ang magiging kasagutan nila dyan. So, tingnan natin kung mayroong nakakuha dyan sa chat box afterward. Ngayon, dito, more on cancellation para mas mapadali, no? So, pwedeng itong 4, we can cancel to, tingnan nyo kung saan yung common na pwede kayo mag-cancel. Gusto nyo, 4 at saka 2. Cancel natin kaagad yung 8. Okay? Di ba 4 times 2 is 8? 8 na kaagad kinancel ko. O gusto niyo itong 3 at saka 2. Product niyan is 6. Cancel mo yung 6. Ayan. Ngayon, yung mga 1, wala namang problem. 1 na rin yan. Ngayon, ano na lang natitira? 11 times 10 times 9 times 7 times 5. And tingnan ko kung ano yung nakukuha yung sagot sa chat box natin. Nandun, common doon is 34,650. Mayroon nakakuha ng tamang sagot. Ayan, kay Angel, ganun din, no, kay Carla. Okay? So, thank you doon sa pag-share ng mga sagot. Okay? So, at the same time, we have, okay, yung una kanina, no, may nag-input ng unang sagot na 34,650, no? Sino ito? From Magis. Si Sir V pala. Okay? Ayan. So, answer natin, input na lang natin dito, no? So, answer natin will be 34,650 will be served as your final answer. Ito guys, gagamitin nyo lang if there is a repetition, no, of letters, no? Ito yung nasa concept in that given problem natin, no? Nakukuha po ba ito? Dito sa problem number 8? Ayan. So, nakuha nila Stacy, nila Margaret. Okay, walang problem din kila Angel and then Charis. No? So, okay, Larry. Okay then. Sige, follow up. Para ito, try nyo ulit itong given problem. Ayan. Okay naman. Tingnan ko kung ano yung magkasagutan nyo dyan sa problem na yan. Sige, bigyan nyo muna ako. No? What will be the value of your n? Ano kaya ba nasa numerator? Ilan kaya dyan? Ayan, 12 daw. Okay, thank you. Doon sa parang share. Sige, ilagay ko 12. So, 12 factorial kaagad yun. Yung may mga repetition. Okay, anong letter? At saka indicate kung ilan para makita ko kung makita ko sa chat box kung tama yung na-input ninyo para yun ang ililipat ko dito sa ating board. Okay. Compare ko lang para makita natin. Meron kayong n na nag-input dyan where n that is equal to 3. So, bilangin natin. Ayun, meron tayong n. So, meron tayong 3 factorial. Okay? Tapos, anong kasunod na letra ang in-indicate nyo? Letter A, where n that is 2 factorial. So, merong dalawa, kaya 2 factorial. So, yun ang ilalagay natin dito sa baba din. Meron tayong 2 factorial. Meron pa? Maliban sa letter N, at the same time, ayan, matyaga. Okay? Kinumplito niya na. Sino ito? We have, ayan, kay Cyrus, no? So, ibig sabihin dito, yung N is 3 factorial. Okay, dinagdag niya na dito yung mga iba pang wala, no? Yung letter A, okay, hindi niya na yan ilagay dito. No? So, letter A natin, ito yung 2. So, the rest will be represent for 1. O, yan na lang tapos i-operate nyo. Tingnan natin what will be your final answer. Okay. How about honesty? Tingnan natin na lang kung the same answer din ang makuha ng iba. Okay, sino kaya ang magbigay ng tamang sagot? Be careful na lang in multiplication, ha? Ayan, may nagkaiba na sagot, no? So, double check na lang din. Pero nakita ko dito ilan ang nagkaparehas dito na sagot, no? So, yung kay France, double check yung pag-operate ng indicated operation. Baka may na-misplace or lumagpas ang na-operate natin. Kasi yung iba common, no? The same number. Pero meron dito magkaiba din. Yung kay Atria, 39,016,800. Meron dito kasing 39,916,800. Baka instead, baka na-misplace lang or lang yung pagpindot sa calculator or yung dito sa chat box natin, yung pag-type. Instead of 90 ang na-input. Paki-check na lang Nicolay, kung okay na po. So, majority dito, no? Yung sagot will be equal to, so, the same concept guys, ha? Kapag i-operate nyo, that 12 factorial natin can be written as 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. And then, you can indicate 3 factorial. Yung 3 factorial na isa-align nyo. Then, yun ang ika-cancel. May natitirang 2 factorial, that is 2 times 1. Pwede ka na makapag-cancel. Yung 2, okay, we have a lot of number that is divisible by 2 dyan. So, kahit saan dyan ang ika-cancel mo. Gusto mo sa 12 para maging 6. Then, the rest, you have to multiply. 6, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, and 4. Okay, na-cancel na natin. Then, ang lalabas na sagot nyo is 39,916,800 will be served as our final answer in that given problem. Now, nakukuha po, naintindihan po natin dito sa topic natin this afternoon. Okay na po ba tayo dyan? Okay. Ayan. Now, So, dyan tayo okay? O, ito, para sa activity niyo, ano, kuha niyo na, no? Activities ninyo will be exercises 5.3, page 207, letter A. 1 to 5 lang. Okay? Diyan sa topic na yan. Okay, so kung wala na mga concern, okay, so ayan. So that's all for today. Thank you for your cooperation and God bless.